Coming up on Unpeeled, Vogue is coming after two hip-hop stars.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducts its newest class.
Savage x Fenty is facing controversy over its latest show.
And we get an update on the League of Legends Women's World Championship. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now. Welcome back to another episode of Unpeeled. I'm Anastasia Frazier.
And I'm Spencer Pierce. We start our show with some somber news. Singer and actor Aaron Carter has died. The star was found dead in his California home on Saturday after allegedly drowning in his bathtub. He was 34 years old.
Carter rose to stardom at just 7 years old and had a long public struggle with addiction and mental health issues. At this time, no details have been confirmed on the cause of his death. We here at Unpeeled send love to his family and friends. In other news, Condé Nast, the publisher of Vogue magazine, is suing Drake and 21 Savage for using the Vogue name to promote their newest album, Her Loss. Nast claims that the artists did not have permission to use the Vogue trademark and that the rappers misrepresented the brand.
The rap duo made many other parodies, including a fake appearance on Howard Stern's show, a fake NPR Tiny Desk concert, and of course, a fake SNL musical appearance. While none of the other companies have taken issue, it'll be interesting to see what route they take after Vogue has set the tone. Anastasia, I gotta tell you, I'm watching these. The NPR Tiny Desk, I was so excited for that to come out, and then NPR tweeted, "Well, we would love to have you on." I didn't know it was fake.
I don't think many people did. Honestly, you're not the only one who was confused. A lot of news outlets were reporting that they thought the Vogue covers were real too. So there was definitely a lot of confusion, and I think fans were just wondering, why did Drake and 21 really have an entire press tour, but it was all fake? A lot of artists usually have real press tours, so why didn't they?
Yeah, and with the production of it, it looked really real. Even Howard Stern was shocked that they got his voice. They basically repurposed another interview. But something that has kind of come about in society, the album decision, it's split right now because there's a lot of misogynistic undertones. For example, Drake makes a line about Meg Thee Stallion getting shot and that she lied about it. She said, "Stop using my shooting for clout." So it has a split decision kind of on the album reviews.
I mean, either way, they're getting a lot of traction and going to be gaining a lot of listeners because of all this controversy. But in other news, grab your wands because we may be going back to Hogwarts. That's right, Harry Potter may be returning to your screens. This news comes as Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav says he wants to focus on franchises that have brought the company a lot of profit. And one of the biggest franchises from Warner Bros. Is Harry Potter.
Of course, but now before any Potterheads lose their mind, Zaslav says this is a deal that has to be discussed with J.K. Rowling, the book's author, before moving forward. Warner Bros. And Rowling have had a distant relationship due to transphobic comments made by Rowling, but it sounds like the media company is looking to rekindle a relationship with the author to grow the beloved franchise again.
That's right, and as much as I would love to see a new Harry Potter movie, it's one of my favorite series, I don't know if Warner Bros. Is going to be able to reconcile this relationship with Rowling after the several transphobic comments that were made. I mean, they'll have to get on board to be able to have the rights to the characters, but I don't know if there's really any coming back from that.
Right, and I think a really important part of the Harry Potter fan base is that there are a lot of LGBTQ plus community people that are fans of Harry Potter. So it'll be interesting to see, if Warner Brothers is willing to make this move to make the movie, how many fans they'll lose from that community.
Right, and both Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson have denounced the comments, saying they're harmful and hateful. And I mean, Radcliffe has also said in the past he would do another Harry Potter film, but it would have to be under the circumstances of a movie way in the future, definitely not anytime soon. So it's good to know that he's possibly up for it. And less than 2 weeks ago, Brooklyn Nets point guard Kyrie Irving posted a link on Twitter to a film driven by anti-Semitic tropes.
Since then, many people have spoken out to condemn the player's actions, and our sports reporter Carson Fowler joins us to break down the latest response from the NBA. Carson.
Thank you, Anastasia and Spencer. Last Thursday, the Brooklyn Nets suspended Kyrie for a minimum of 5 games after failing to apologize for his anti-Semitic tweet earlier that week. However, a few hours after the suspension, the star point guard took to Instagram to issue an official apology. Since then, the Nets have delivered 6 items Irving must complete before returning to the team. Up on your screen there are those several actions outlined in brief by Athletic NBA insider Shams Charania. The next day, Friday, Brooklyn Nets general manager Sean Marks said in an interview Irving's apology is a, quote, step in the right direction, but that his actions speak louder than words. Another report to come out of the story, Nike, Irving's official shoe sponsor, announced the same day that they would suspend its relationship with Irving, quote, effective immediately, and that his upcoming shoe, the Kyrie 8, would not be released. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and Kyrie Irving met yesterday to discuss his actions, and it was reported by an anonymous source that the two had a productive and understanding visit outlining several ways for the suspended star to work through a potential path forward. However, the question on everyone's mind is, will that path lead him back to the Brooklyn Nets? And the answer for most people is they may not be ready to welcome him back if or when that day comes. Anti-Semitism is one of the longest standing forms of prejudice, in the United States, and it has been upsettingly on the rise across the country. We here at Unpeeled do not stand for hate speech or anti-Semitic beliefs. Thank you.
Thank you, Carson. And to echo your thoughts, anti-Semitism is something that has never been acceptable, and it continues not to be. It's a topic that often gets buried in today's society, and it's important that we keep having these conversations with people in order to make the world a better place for each and every one of us.
Thank you, Spencer. We'll be back shortly.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Selena Gomez's new documentary, My Mind and Me, gives fans a deeper look into the singer's life and the struggles she has faced. Our pop culture reporter, Kaylee DeCina, is here to tell us all about it. I am so excited to chat about Selena Gomez's new documentary with you. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And can you just give us a little bit of an oversight of what's going on in this documentary?
Of
what
course.
did she share?
So this documentary actually spans a 6-year timeline, which is pretty crazy, dates all the way back to her last tour, and it mainly focuses on her struggles with mental health. She opens up about a bipolar diagnosis in this, and she's really just opening up this conversation, which is super important. It also touches on her physical health. We know she has lupus. And then we also get to see her do a lot of philanthropic work. We watch her go to Kenya and just really find herself in what she enjoys. But I think that the main focus of this is shining a light on what she was going through behind the scenes when she is this celebrity. And she didn't have to do a documentary about all this vulnerable stuff, but she chose to.
It really goes to show you never know what someone's dealing with behind the scenes. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the main takeaways from the documentary. Are fans having that same reaction, or what are their reactions?
They are. So the reaction's been super positive. I think people are just really applauding her for opening up. Again, like I'm saying, she doesn't have to. She has so many things that she could talk about in this documentary, but she's choosing to be so vulnerable and really just talk about the struggles that she's faced. And people are being super supportive. They're getting really emotional on TikTok. A lot of people with mental health struggles are saying that it's so nice to see her and relate to her. And Kelly Clarkson, she went on the Kelly Clarkson show, and I love Kelly. She said that it's really refreshing to see such a real view in such a filtered world. So I really love that.
I agree. And what surprised you about the documentary?
Honestly, I hate to say that this even happened, but a lot of drama has surfaced from this documentary.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's really, I feel like it's taking away from all the work that Selena did, but basically what happened is that they asked her about her friends in the industry, and she said that Taylor Swift is really her only friend in the industry, and the girl who donated her kidney to her, Francia Raisa, was upset about this because she donated her kidney to her, and she's like, kind of like, what about me? Yeah, so that's taking place in the public eye, and also drama with her friend Raquel, who's in the documentary. People don't think she's a very good friend, but I hope it all blows over.
Thank you for breaking that down for us, Kaylee. And Spencer, we're going to throw it over to you.
I caught it. You threw it. Each year, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducts the most rockin' stars. Our music reporter, Alexa Lamalfa, is here to tell us about the electrifying ceremony. Alexa, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. Getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is an honor that gives artists legendary status in the industry. Each year, there's a ceremony for new inductees. The 2022 class of inductees included Dolly Parton, Eminem, Pat Benatar, Neil Giraldo, Duran Duran, Eurythmics, Lionel Richie, and Carly Simon. This year's ceremony took place in Los Angeles and had many highlights and star-studded performances. Dolly Parton originally declined her nomination because she didn't think she earned it. Now, after gracefully accepting the nomination, Parton also live debuted a new rockin' song. She said, quote, "I figured if I'm gonna be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm gonna have to earn it." During Duran Duran's acceptance speech, the band shared some heavy news. They revealed their guitarist Andy Taylor was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. Their fans showed support by wearing their merchandise and being the loudest in the crowd. Eminem thanked Dr. Dre, who inducted him, in his speech and called him, quote, "the man who saved my life." Steven Tyler and Ed Sheeran joined the rapper in his performance. Because Carly Simon could not attend the ceremony, Olivia Rodrigo and Sarah Bareilles covered "You're So Vain" and "Nobody Does It Better" to honor her. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebrates historical leading figures in the music industry and highlights the impact that music, especially rock and roll, has made in our society. Now, although the name includes the phrase rock and roll, it's more of a popular music hall of fame, which would explain some of their inductees, like Lionel Richie and Dolly Parton. Musicians are eligible for induction into the performers category 25 years after their first release of their first recording. The nominees are chosen by a nominating committee made up of rock historians, then voted on by over 500 rock experts. There are many more show-stopping moments from this year's ceremony, but you'll just have to tune into HBO and HBO Max on November 19th when the ceremony airs. Back to you guys.
Alexa, I heard you got invited, but your invitation must have gotten lost in the mail. Well, coming up on Unpeeled, Bad Gal Riri is facing criticism, and our lifestyle reporter McKenna Manise is here to tell us all about the drama. Don't go anywhere.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Local theater in Central New York will be thriving over the next couple of weeks. A number of middle schools and high schools are performing fall plays and musicals. If you're wondering what shows you should go see, our Syracuse events reporter Tegan Brown joins me to talk about all the upcoming performances. Tegan, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm so excited. We both did high school theater.
We both did theater. We love it. I'm so excited to talk about it.
Can you just tell me what are some of the more well-known shows that we're going to be seeing in the local CNY area?
Yeah, so in CNY every year, it always seems that there are a bunch of schools that do Disney shows. So we have Lion King Jr. happening at Baldwinsville, as well as The Hunchback of Notre Dame at Bishop Ludden. So it's nice to see those Disney shows that everybody knows. Clue, based on the board game, is happening at CBA, Liverpool, and Oswego. So super popular show this year that everybody knows.
And so those are obviously very well-known shows. Are there any shows that are lesser known that might be interesting that we should go see?
There are actually a number of them that I had never heard of. Puffs is happening at CNS. It's about Harry Potter and the Hufflepuff group. So Harry Potter fans, I know we were talking about it earlier on the show. Definitely keep an eye out for that. And then Ranked and Orlando are two shows that are based off of books and other type of media that are honestly really interesting to see.
Oh, that is so exciting. And I know something we haven't seen since COVID. Is it possible that the return of the Syracuse High School Theater Awards will return this year? I knew you were nominated last time that the awards happened back in COVID times, but is that going to be happening this year?
Yeah, so they happened, the last time they happened was back in 2019, and I was nominated. Thank you for bringing that out. But they haven't happened because of COVID. Even last year when it was more clear, they still weren't able to do it because of all these restrictions. But honestly, there is a pretty high chance that it's going to come back this year for all the high schools and middle schools.
That is so exciting. Tegan, we'll have to go catch a play together.
Yes.
And Spencer, what have you got coming up for us?
Well, first of all, can I get an invite? I want to go to see the plays. Anyway, Rihanna is under fire for including Johnny Depp in Volume 4 of her Savage X Fenty fashion show. Here with updates on how it's been being handled is lifestyle reporter McKenna Manise.
Thanks, Spencer. Rihanna's fourth Savage X Fenty show premiered today on Amazon Prime and featured everyone from Precious Lee and Cara Delevingne to Taraji P. Henson and, Johnny Depp. The 59-year-old actor was the first male to headline the show's star moment, an honor previously awarded to celebrities like Cindy Crawford and Erykah Badu. Let's take a look at his cameo. As you can see, Depp shredded through a hazy forest to outcast So Fresh, So Clean while wearing a mesh Savage X Fenty undershirt, sheer X smoking jacket, and sleep pants. While this appears to be the latest attempt to rebuild Depp's public image, we all remember his appearance at the MTV VMAs, fans were not buying it. For context, Depp's ex-wife Amber Heard accused him of domestic abuse in a 2017 op-ed for the Washington Post. Depp then accused her of abuse and sued for defamation, and Heard countersued, leading to an explosive legal battle over the spring. Both Depp and Heard were found guilty, but Depp was awarded significantly more in damages, and audiences were left divided on who they believed. With all this in mind, the hashtag #DitchDepp was trending on Twitter before the show was even released, and British singer and actor Ollie Alexander announced he would no longer be wearing the brand. Out magazine tweeted all their excitement for the show was gone, while Glamour UK called the decision bitterly disappointing. Others even referred to Rihanna as out of touch. However, some fans argue that the decision was a sign of domestic abuse survivors supporting one another, as Rihanna was publicly assaulted by her then boyfriend Chris Brown in 2009. Neither Rihanna nor her team have responded to the backlash. However, she did tell Vogue she was proud of the production, explaining, "It's beautiful. It's one of those things that you say you want to do and the logistics are impossible, but somehow we managed to pull it off." Only time will tell how the story will pan out. Back to you, Walker.
Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers. After the break, our esports reporter Alana Epstein will tell us about a new League of Legends tournament for women.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
As one esports competition ends, another begins. Here to fill us in on the Women's Worlds competition and what it means for the industry is our esports reporter, Alana Epstein. Alana?
Well, Anastasia, I'm going to kick off this segment by talking about Worlds. Last week I gave an update, but the finale was Sunday and we have a winner. DRX took the win over SKT T1 and won 3 of the games in a 5-game series. Now I want to talk about a new League of Legends tournament for women. The competition is titled Rising Stars and was just launched by Riot Games, GG Tech, and Newell, who all partnered together. This new tournament was announced in an effort to make the esports industry feel more welcoming. This competition will promote inclusion within the esports industry. The teams competing will all be women who are at least 16 years old. Riot Games says that they are dedicated to creating more opportunities for women in the industry. Riot is excited that they have the power to promote diversity while also helping gamers to take their careers to the big stage. The Rising Stars competition will be online and will primarily be for contestants coming from the UK, Ireland, and the Nordics. The event will be on November 26th and 27th. There will be moderators who will make sure the online environment remains friendly. Now, this is not the first move that the esports world has made this year to include more women. Back in late September, Riot announced the first professional in-person League of Legends circuit with women, titled the Ignis Cup, in Brazil. So far, there are third-party women-only League of Legends tournaments. While these moves are huge for the esports industry and are exciting to see, people hope to see more change as the majority of esports events are for men. The Worlds tournament that I just spoke about this past month was all men. Many people want to see more women in the esports industry, and these new competitions are definitely making strides for a more inclusive environment. I am hoping to see more change, and I'm looking forward to watching these new competitions. But you know what else I'm going to be watching? Bachelor in Paradise. Spencer, do you know what's been happening?
I know what's been going on. Unfortunately, I do. But we got to switch gears to the Kardashians for once. Season 2 of the Kardashians is already 7 episodes deep into its 2nd season. And so far, the famous family has had quite a lot going on. Here to give us a recap on the season so far is our reality TV reporter, Lily Evans. Lily, the best in the biz. I'm excited to talk Kardashians with you.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
All right, so I got to know. We've had some standout moments from the season so far. What stands out?
I mean, there's been a lot. It's Kardashians. I feel like there's always stuff going on. Have you been watching, or are we starting from scratch?
I'm watching Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay,
I can only do so many things at once.
That's fair. That's totally fair. I'll break down for you.
All right, thank you.
So we got Kris, the queen of the empire. She has been struggling with hip pain for a really, really long time. Tried physical therapy, tried a lot of different things to try to get rid of it. But ideally, her and her doctors decided that would be time for her to get hip replacement surgery. So we got to see that journey for her. It went really well. She had a super smooth recovery, and she's definitely doing a lot better. Kim has been working super hard on Skims. I'm sure you've heard at least a little bit about that. She had a shoot called The Icons with the world's biggest supermodels, and they even convinced her to jump in on a couple shots with her, so she got to be in those, which was obviously something super, super cool for her. Khloe and Kylie have been super transparent about some mental health issues that they've been experiencing lately. Kylie, as I'm sure you heard, just gave birth to her 2nd child, and she said that she's been struggling with the baby blues, so she got really deep and open about that, which was super interesting to hear. And Khloe has been struggling with a lot of anxiety just about being in the public eye in general. So.
Well, we're not talking Paradise, but there's some trouble in Paradise because the Kardashians were sued by Blac Chyna. How do they address that in these episodes?
Yeah, so Blac Chyna is Rob Kardashian's former fiance, and she sued the Kardashians for defamation of character. Although there was a conversation with the Kardashians' lawyer on the show saying that she didn't have a whole lot of evidence to back up her case, and that maybe she was just doing it as kind of for publicity to get her name out there a little bit more. So that was kind of how that all went down. The Kardashians did end up winning the trial, so that's kind of all that really came out of it.
All right, that was Lily Evans, the best in the biz, like I said. Coming up on Unpeeled, we'll be chatting about the new sexiest man alive. Spoiler alert, guys, it's me. We'll be back in 2 minutes to talk all things me. There's a new sexiest man alive, and I have to admit, I lied. It's not me. On Monday, People magazine gave Chris Evans the title. It was announced on the Stephen Colbert Show Monday night, where the two finalists were Chris Evans and John Oliver.
When the news was announced, Evans said, quote, "My mom will be so happy." Chris Evans is most well known for his role as Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he recently starred in The Gray Man and the Toy Story spinoff of Lightyear. I mean, he really just deserves this, not just for his looks, but also for all of his hard work. He was in starred in 2 films, and filmed 3 more this in the same year. That is just, he's doing the most. He even produced one of them.
All right, so he's a busy guy. He looks good. Again, why I didn't win this award? I'm busy. I look good. That's what my mom says, and my mom would also be super proud of me. But we're coming up on a pattern. 3 years in a row of MCU characters. We had Paul Rudd, Michael B. Jordan, and now Chris Evans. If you had to make a prediction for next year.
I'm going to go with Tom Holland. I mean, there's just no way he doesn't win it, especially with this trend.
I'm going to go Jonathan Majors, also entering the MCU. He was just in the Loki franchise, so we'll see. He's going to be popping on movie theaters near you. You know how it goes. Maybe we'll get my name in the running next year.
I think you go for it and you set the bar high and follow your dreams, Spencer.
I'm going to try my hardest.
And that's all the time we have for you on Unpeeled tonight. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8 with more entertainment news.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials at CitrusTV Entertainment on Instagram and CitrusTVE on Twitter. We'll see you next time. I'm Spencer Pierce.
And I'm Anastasia Frazier. Have a great night, Unpeelers.